What you're gonna watch me during my lunch hour here do some baking, sort of peanuts. Did you hear Jack grunting behind me? Peanuts, 2 pounds, unsalted. These are dry roasted. They don't have to be. And what am I doing? You're wondering. What I'm doing here is flavoring them. I'm gonna make them better, and I'm gonna do it on the cheap because they're just better for you. No preservatives, and that's my shtick for right now. So we start out by taking. We got one person on 2 pounds of peanuts in here. I'm gonna flavor them. They're unsalted, no name brand peanuts. Brown sugar. Let's put another one in for good measure. Maple just came up. Here she is. Can you hear her? No, nobody can hear you. Nobody's on, Maple. Nobody, not a single soul is on. You need to yell louder, meow louder, mates. Can you yell? Says, yeah, come on, everybody, watch the live stream. ScottT splitting outdoors. Come here. That's Jack. He wants to get on the action. Everybody's missing this, Maple. I mean, this stuff is gold. Eh? You found your sunny spot? So you call me when you're ready to make the sandwich. But in the meantime here, we're gonna do the next edition, which is thanks for joining here. Got one person, maybe somebody I know, maybe not. I don't know, but here we go. Salt. Let's put a little more salt in. You can't have too much. Yeah, you can have too much. Uh, that was about, call that 2 tablespoons, 2 pounds of peanuts in here, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. The next thing I'm going to do, Izzy, hey, thanks for joining. Is you see this? You know what this is? Chipotle. What am I making? I'm spicing some peanuts. I don't buy spiced peanuts. I make my own. I just buy the cheap peanuts. Sometimes Planters are on sale for the same price as these private label Food Lion ones. And it doesn't take long to do it. So I just came in to have some lunch and decided I'd do this. So then I take the chipotle flavoring, and I kind of like them spicy. So what did I'm at 4 little pinches here. It's pretty hot. Now maybe go with a little bit more. And so far I've got sugar, salt, 2 tablespoons. I put a tad, just a hair of the cumin in there, just a little bit, not too much. Little sprinkle, give it a little bit of that hint of flavor there. And then we go full bore paprika. And this one I'm going to kind of measure, sort of. There. Let's go a little bit more. There. And it just wouldn't be the same without some garlic in there. So this I'm going to just sprinkle in like that. We don't want to overpower with garlic. And next, I used to put oil in there. Vegetable oil. Can you see the cat up here? That's Maple. She's watching. Aw. Boomer says hi. Sub means subscribe. Yeah. Hey, Titan Brick Battler. Is that the same Titan Brew? Looking for honey. Looking for my honey. Roblox. So I got some honey. This is from our bees. Yeah, she is really adorable. Yeah. Maple is her name. So this is our own honey. I won't put that one into the honey, but I'll get a fresh spoon. And I'm pretty liberal with this. Actually, no, before I do that, I want to stir this up. So I want to mix all the flavors here first. Titan Valor, I make vids. Nice. I'll look you up then, buddy. So let's get this all mixed in. By the way, they're the bomb. They're so good. And then what I do, because I probably won't get to this point, is I put them in one of these. These are peanuts we bought from Costco. Whatever the brand was, I take the label off and then I put these 2 pounds in here. So you're learning how to make your own spiced peanuts on the cheap, and they're better. And you can make them any way you want. You can like adapt, make the flavors whatever you want, but you can't go wrong with a chipotle flavored peanut. It's not only that, I don't know, they're really good with whole beer, snack. Now I've got all my seasonings in there, and now I want to aggregate it. And I want to do that with this homegrown honey here. And then I warm it. So I haven't done that yet. I do all this cold. Thanks for the sticker, I think, or whatever. No, not pancakes. I'm making spicy peanuts. We're going to put one more of these in. And that's it. That's all we need. You started Roblox in 2022. So let me show you what this looks like. It's a Teflon pan, and I got a metal spoon, so I'm trying not to scrape the bottom with that. Let's use this. And get off of there. Come on. Now I stir it. Now I want heat. So I turn on my burner, and I'm only on low heat. And you're going to do this low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes. And stirring occasionally. I'm going to stir this completely right now for a minute or two because I want everything mixed and agglomerated. You lost me tight brick batter there, buddy, on the Roblox stuff. I don't know if I'm the right audience here, or even if anyone on the live stream is. Maybe they are. But check it out. I got a little pop socket here. Let me hold this while I do this. Turn that around here. So you can get a good look. You see how the brown sugar and the honey, these are going to be sweet. Real sweet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Tamra. They're going to be good. They're going to be awesome. And you know what? Like, besides having these with your favorite cocktail or whatever at 5 o'clock, you can put these things on your ice cream. Just take a knife and kind of chop them up, or a chopper, and put a few on your ice cream. Amazing. They're so good. Even with the spices in there. I'm not kidding. And of course you can package them any way you want, but as I noted earlier, I put them in a tin. We keep the tins when we were buying Costco peanuts. They come, they have a nice lid and you can put them back in there. This one. I've even put them back in these containers, except it's kind of hard to do because it's kind of clumpy and it's easier to put them in a wide mouth container. All right, Boomer, 12-4-4. See you a bit later. And you make noob experiment vids. Okay. What should we know about that, bud? Did you subscribe to my channel? You saw Saturn on a day. Do you hunt deer? Yes, I do. Boomer. You might be gone already. Yeah, I do. I hunt deer, bud. If you didn't catch that. I got 2 in the fall. 2 bucks. I'm trying to go back on this. I appreciate everybody who's come in on their little lunch break here. Let me move this. I'm off the burner. Gotta pay attention here. I'm still stirring because the honey and the sugar. What are you doing, Maple? You need to get down. You need to leave my bread alone. Come on. That's for my lunch. Naughty cat. She's so naughty, but we love her. All right, let me get this really going here. Nice, even coating. By the way, we make our own chipotle as well. The flavoring. We grow peppers each year. And then I smoke the peppers, cold smoke them on my big green egg. You hear the kitty? All right, now I got to taste one. Yeah, they're great. They taste better when they've cooled and gone crunchy again. Because right now, while they're heating, A little bit soft. Peanut kind of goes, not soft, like soft, mushy or anything, but okay, so that's fully mixed nicely. Then I leave that here for a couple minutes, still on low heat. Let it continue to heat through and they kind of toast on the bottom. Then I mix it again. Come back in a minute. So I'm multitasking here because right now I'm going to make my sandwich. And you made a Forsaken vid on Roblox, and I don't know why I was flying like Superman. What is Roblox, Titan? What is that? You know what the cat wants, right? She wants my ham sandwich. So does Jack. You got to get some Dukes on there. And a little bit of spicy mustard. Who's still on? Let's do this. Yeah, it's not fit. Oh, I had some cheese too. Cheese. There. Y'all on lunch break here? Do I have people that are on their lunch break just watching me make my lunch and make some peanuts here? Spiced peanuts? I'm going to tweak the algorithm here again by showing you my pets. Because that's all people care about on my channel. Look at her. She just jumped up there now. I'm going to lie in the sun on the counter. And I don't care what anybody thinks. Well, Jack. Hey, Tamra, thank you. What's with the swastika, Tamra? You're still there. Okay. Back over here. Sorry. Well, stirring the peanuts here again. Up the stove. Because I have the burner going on low. And I don't want to burn them on the bottom. Now, by the way, you can get kind of creative too. You could even put you could make the peanuts have a slightly, you could put some like Italian seasoning in there too. That would be good. And yeah. So you want to check out Jack and Mape? Look at them both. She thinks she's the boss, and I think she probably is. And there's Jack. He's feeling like the subordinate. And YouTube's asking me to add a Q&A sticker. Eat pizza crust first. Like, how random is that? If that's like AI, that's just like missing the mark. Yeah, they're super cute. Roblox is where you play games and make friends. Ah, okay. Is that so? Like, is that you do that on the internet, or is it like through a gaming machine? You know, my son's a gamer. I'm not a gamer, but never have been. Um, Maple, can I like sit down here and have my sandwich, please? Rotten. Says if you give me some ham. She's getting better. She used to like want to grab it, like clamp it, like that. Pull it in. Oh, Jack's feeling a little left out here. He's down here. He should get a treat too, right? There you go, bud. I'm in North Carolina. Where are you from? Al. Jake Stone. So Titan, your kitten is cute too. I mean, what kittens aren't cute? Kazakhstan. Really? Amazing. Welcome from Kazakhstan. I love live stream. You get like people from everywhere. I mean, I don't know if people are telling the truth or not, but why would you lie, right? Al, Jake Stone, you might be. And Titan Brick Battler is from America, okay. Which one? North or south? I'm guessing the north one. Okay. You see, we can interact this way. What time is it in Kazakhstan? I'm guessing it's got to be minimally 7 hours, maybe 8 ahead of us. So for 1 o'clock, 10 p.m., yeah. Right before bed, right? When we're all scrolling on our phones. Titan had 139 subs in my name channel. Okay, so you're starting out. Good luck, buddy. We're both small content creators. Because I only have, 2,400 or something. Which isn't very many. But I am monetized now. Main channel. Okay. There's Maple now. And that's on, and I don't want any of her fur in the peanuts. Come on, get down. Good girl. So, Al Jakestone, if you're joining here, what I'm doing here on my lunch break is making spiced peanuts. Because I don't like buying spiced peanuts They charge about 2 to 3 times more than what you can do like in 5 minutes. Okay, it's not quite 5 minutes, but it's so easy to do. I just go buy plain peanuts, unsalted, and they're cheap. These are like $2 US per container. Sometimes you can get the Planters brand for the same price. And then you put it in here and you add your own flavorings. And I do all that dry. So put the seasonings in, the honey, the sugar, the chipotle, hot chipotle. We make our own here. Here's our spices and stuff. And this is homemade cayenne pepper. And it gets put in here with salt, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of paprika. And you can see now we're darkening on the bottom, so I need to pay attention. And my cat over here is literally eating my lunch while I show you all. Mm. Listen, you little rat. I have had enough of you. Come here. I don't want you up here. I love you, but still, no. Okay. So she was eating my sandwich. She'd taken the top one piece of bread off and was eating the ham wrap. Cats do whatever they want, don't they? All right. So I'm back to stirring the peanuts, and I got my sandwich. What was left of it. All right, Titan. So here's what they look like now. A little bit browned. Doesn't that look good? But serious is I'm from Noob Experiment Multiverse. I don't understand that, dude. What are you smoking there, Titan? Name a car for an edit. Tesla. I want a Tesla car. Okay, now I'm going to turn the heat off because we're done heating this. And it smells really good. And take this, because you know these little crunchies that fall in here, they go all like there. You get this in the sticking to the peanuts. Name a car for an edit. Like some of the lingo and jargon that I hear on the live streams, I don't understand it because I'm old. You guys have to elaborate more on what you're doing. Like I don't get it. Help me be smarter on live streams. Let's taste the peanuts. Yeah, pretty good. Sweet and salty at the same time. Let's clean that honey off. So good. So I just showed you all how to make your own peanuts flavor. Never tried it to do. You mean to make the peanuts, Al Jake Stone? Try it. Easy. It's really easy. I mean, you can buy them too, right? I mean, we can all do that, but sometimes they're putting stuff in there that are like, I'm not going to say chemicals, but they're preservatives, and it's not as good as the homemade stuff. I have to get all the honey off this. Waste not, want not. And then you have all that goodness on the spoon, right? Let's scrape that off. So what I do with this next is I let it cool so the heat is off. And I'll put a lid on it and a few so the cat doesn't, go try to pull peanuts out with their paws. And then go outside and come back later and put this in a container and package them up. So I just have to say, I love it when I can come in and people are like into my house, and now I'm in my kitchen having a little break, and people chat with me from all over the world, which is awesome. Oops, that's not a good one, but it's probably still okay. An orange to match the orange shirt. It looks a little rotten on the top. You ordered some burrito today. That sounds good. I love burritos and tacos and love it. In fact, we had it like, oh, that's not good. Not at all. Half of it's good. But I'm not tossing the whole thing. I will cut that off. And eat half of it. There's Maple. Maple, do you want the rotten stuff? I bet you don't. Says no. Half the orange was good. No, it was good. The rest of it goes in the compost. But since I only feel like I got half an orange, I feel cheated. So I'm going to rectify that by having another one. A good one. Here we go. You get off, cat. Off. Little rat. Okay, here's a good one. If I'm not here tomorrow, you'll know why. All right, here's somebody new with Mr. has questions. If you could have a brain chip that would better your life in some way, would you want your brain chip? What would you want your brain chip to do? Well, first of all, I don't want a brain chip. Then we're not humans anymore. We're some sort of cyborg. So count me out, not interested. You get off the counter and stay down. And you play Noob Experiment Battlefront. Do they put chips in your head, Titan? In the game? Hmm. No, I just only asked that because M up there, Mister has questions, was talking about if you could have a brain chip, what would you, that would better my life in some way, what would you want your brain chip to do? Um, I mean, philosophically, it's kind of a good question. Um, what would I want it to do? I don't know. I have to ponder that and come back to you. Uh, so I'm gonna put the lid on the peanuts here and crack it just a little bit. And I'm glad you're human, Titan. Brick Battler Q2T. Let's go outside. I saw a burrito with healthy hot dots. I don't know what that means, dude. There's Maple and she wants to go out, so we're gonna let her. She needs to get some exercise. Jack's going to. And yeah, the chicken has laid an egg in the basket. Nice. Hot dogs, you meant. I saw a burrito with healthy hot dogs. I saw, or you ate a burrito with healthy hot dogs. I don't know. Talk to me in straight, plain English there. I'm gonna guess you're young. Are you young or old, Titan? Brick Battler. I'm thinking you're probably young. Probably young enough to be my kid. But you're not, because I know who my kids are. And I'm putting on my new boots. They're brand new, believe it or not. So you can see that I actually work. You're a kid. Yeah, that's what I thought. Does your parents, are you of the age of majority? Titan? You're 6? No. What are you doing on here? You need to do your parents know that you're on? 6-year-old Titan. There's no way you should be on this live stream. This live stream was not meant for kids. Uh, I'm a kid. I'm 6. Al, are those for tracking? What the boots? What going on, bro? Michael Haskey says. Well, I'm putting on my boots and I'm gonna go do some things around here at my place here, my property. We have acreage, and I actually have some wood stacking that I'm going to do. Boomer's back in, and Boomer is 11. Why do I have all these kids on my channel? Okay, so I'll keep the language clean, which is fine. I'll do that even for adults, because it's not my channel to be swearing and cussing and you know losing my marbles over silly stuff online. Uh you what up him in the doctors? You're in the doctors. Why are you at the doctors? Checkup? Broken leg, broken arm. Well, if you're sick or ill, I hope you're gonna do better. We're talking about boots. Yeah, I mean, I'm not
like focused on my boots, although we can be if you want. My boots, I just got them, and they're not steel toe, but a composite safety toe, because I have actually dropped a log on my toe before, and that didn't feel good. And I don't know who's on now. I got one person on, 8 likes, and we should at least try to get up to like 20 likes, which means we need more people on the live stream. Michael is over 50, so you're all good. Yeah, you're good. Your dad's 52, so I'm older than your dad. Titan. And real troll turkey, I'm this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 27. Cool. Okay, that's old enough. Bro, you can't say a bad word. I'm not saying a bad word. I'm clean here on the language. What do you think, Jack? Said, yeah, let's go. Jack likes to be warm, so he'll probably just stay in his little bed there on the porch. Uh, I can say bad words because you're 26. Okay, you can, sure, but on the on on the live stream, we try to keep it. I try, at least on mine, to keep it pretty clean. You might hear the occasional, you know, bad word or whatever. But do you guys want to see the duck pond? Yeah, the kiddos. Well, they're probably on spring break or something. Who knows? I think around here, the kids are on spring break. Ah, okay. You want to see the duck pond? Okay, it's small. It's a small one, and they haven't been using it. So I'm gonna show you what I built them here. We have 5 ducks, and look at the squirrel there. Look, Jack's going after him. Get him! It's way too many. Like, I'm not joking. They damage a lot of stuff. So here's the pond, and they're not using it. We need some rain to overflood it and clean it out a bit. I stirred it up last night because I put barley straw. You see that in there? Apparently so it gets kind of nasty, and usually it's like up to here. So we haven't had enough rain to, and it's in the deepest spot right about there is only about 18 inches. So it's not really like a pond. It's more like a big puddle for the ducks, but they still love it. Except right now, it's because it's kind of nasty. So we have a little, like a little pool for them, a little 30-inch diameter pool. That is Jack the pit bull. Yeah, right there. We got Jack from the shelter 3 years ago. There are no sharks in here. No, um, not a one. In fact, I don't know what's in here. Although the bees are honeybees, they come and they drink out of the water. But anyway, I want to tell you that supposedly, see the bees, see our honeybees. They love it like this because they can get on to the leaf or something floating and get a drink. Look at that. You see that little bee there? Let me focus in right there. She's one of the ones making our honey. Ah, what this straw is supposed to do. Thanks, Boomer, for the like. Yeah, we're up to 10. We need a few more. This is supposed to denitrify the water over time. That's the idea. So there's too much nitrogen in here because the ducks poop in here. And they don't even like it when it gets to a certain point. So they don't come in. That's why they're not down here. Boomer's been liked. What is the little Cookie Monster thing there? The little blue thing on the screen in the. Yeah. Yeah, but some things like eating poop. There'll be little creatures and not the bees, they're not eating the poop, but see at the surface there, they can drink clean water. It's actually fairly clean in the sense that um, any of the solids are just going to go to the bottom of this little pond here. And the chickens will come and take a drink out of the water. It's actually not as bad as it sounds, truthfully. I wouldn't drink the water, that's for sure, because there's probably something in here that would make me sick or give me some intestinal issues. That's for sure. But as far as the honeybees go, they are loving it. So this is barley straw, which is going to break down and help consume some of the nitrogen in there. Wouldn't make you sick. Yeah, it would. It would make you sick. It would make us humans sick, for sure. More than likely. Uh, I I thought about raking it out last night, but actually the leaves in there is kind of a good thing. I mean, it's not really going to denitrify. It's still carbon in there that's um okay. Yeah, I honestly really what we need is a good heavy rain to fill it back up about another 3-4 inches, and it will also um freshen it up quite a bit. And we'll get that actually. I mean, April and May are really heavy rainfall months for us here in North Carolina, so it'll be coming. And it usually is up like right here. And there's a little overflow. The overflow is right here. So hopefully we get some circulation there. So that's the pond. Exciting stuff. And now I'm walking back up. Sometimes I just look at my little brush piles here for eggs because sometimes the chickens and the guineas will go in and lay in there. Be a good bottom settlement for what you're looking to get. That's awesome, though, bro. Yeah, and we're still learning about the duck habitat. Actually, I would like to make that area bigger. That whole that where you're looking at down there is where all the stumps were placed when they built our house back in 2017. And it was a giant pile, literally 15 feet high. And then they started breaking down and over the following years. And then and it always was a kind of a low catchment area for rainfall. And we're sloped here. So I thought, okay, I'll just build it up a little bit around the edge and move some of the dirt around. And my next thing was to actually make that take. Okay, I lost you there for a minute because it was switching. Well, what happens is they go too far away from the house where the good Wi-Fi is, where the fast internet, Then I have another, whatchamacallit, modem in the shop here, which is where I'm now in. I'm in between, so it's going with the shop one. So I lost you there for a second. Yeah, but you should be able to see me now. And now you can see what I got here that I'm working on. So I'm actually going to do some splitting. And here we go. Ta-da! Some really exciting stuff, eh, Jack? What do you see? What is it? What is it? What do you see, Jacko? Um, okay, so I can keep this going a little bit longer. Why not? I can tell you what one of the things I've yeah, hey doggy, you got somebody else, Jack, another admirer. Um, I kind of flip between different projects around here at my place. Right now, I got the splitter. I need to split this stuff, but I also need to make some space and get this stuff here put up in there. And I think I'll actually do that right now. I would rather do that because I don't really want to lift up the logs right now on the splitter. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm more in the mood for making the woodshed more organized and getting that put in. Last year I took too long. What I mean is I had a pile like that, but I left it till like June, and then all the stuff on the bottom started to rot and go punky. And you make less good firewood when you've let it go that far. I mean, the stuff on top was all seasoned already. That was good, but what is this for? What, the wood, you mean, Al? The wood is to heat my house with. See that little smokestack up there on my house? We have a furnace which is located in the basement. We have 3 levels to the house. So you can't see, yeah, you could kind of see the brick at the ground level there. Below that, we have a basement and we have a wood furnace there. And we can heat our house pretty much fully with the wood stove we have there. It's kind of not a stove, it's like a high efficiency furnace. I call it a wood stove. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Rai Lee 409. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, we love it here. It's I would say, what is it? 24 acres is approximately 10 hectares, something like that. For those of you on that might be thinking metric, I can do both usually. Having grown up in Canada, lived, born, raised in Canada, and now in the US for 30, how long? 26, 28 years. So now I got some gloves here. Boomer's back. Boomer, you're the kid, right? I have to remember who my audience is. I I love both countries, Al, but I really love the States. You're not going to hear me bash anything about the US other than, there's some things I definitely don't like about how politics and all that stuff work. But as countries go, it's a great place to be. for a lot of reasons. So I love America. I'm a citizen here now too. I'm a citizen since 2012. You live in the USA too, eh, Boomer? Nice. Good job. And you probably love it too, right? I mean, what's there not to love about a state like North Carolina? We hey, 3 years before I was born 2019. 2019. So 7. Yeah, you're just a youngster. Why are you on my live stream there, buddy? You're just barely walking. No, that's okay. You can learn something on here. Just make sure your parents know, that you're going around on the internet and yeah. Because there's a lot of people out there that are probably don't have your best interest at heart. So be careful. 2015, okay? So 11. All right, 11 years old. Uh, I don't think you can come over and help. No. That wouldn't be cool. I mean, I love the offer. Don't get me wrong. I actually, you know what? Even my kids don't offer to help me, and they're adults now. So I really appreciate you wanting to help me here. I would love some help. And I'll sometimes ask my wife to help, but she's like, "Oh, I got other things to do around here." Like she plants the gardens and keeps the gardens going. So we have to really divide and conquer at this place, which is okay. But you can get a good workout doing this stuff, as I have shown before. So I've started stacking. I've got my first 2 sticks here. You're strong. Oh yeah, okay. How strong? Could you do this? Take this and do this behind your back to work the tricep. Then we switch it up because we want to keep our muscles even, right? By the way, this is American beech wood right here. Which is fantastic wood for burning. Oh, friends, let me show you something. Let me show something really cute here. Oh, it's gone. There was a little bird up on the woodshed, up on the wood here at the back. It came and landed right there. You see my tractor there? Young Boomer? You'd probably like to drive that, wouldn't you? So I have 2 kinds of wood here in terms of not species, but in terms of dryness. Wet wood and dry wood. The wet wood is from the beech that we just cut down a few weeks ago. And it's being stacked in here in the middle part of my woodshed because right here on this is wet wood right here, all new, just cut, fresh, green, or we call it green. This is the dry stuff that's been there for a year or more, and we didn't use it obviously because it's still here. And this stuff has a little bit of both wet green wood in it and some dry stuff, but mostly I'm going to call it wet. Not wet, 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 but wet enough that it will not burn very well. And that will definitely not burn well because it's only 3 weeks old being cut down. This stuff burns phenomenally well because it's been dry for a year. There you go. You're learning all about firewood. Exciting, isn't it? Probably not. Not for an 11-year-old. Okay. Now, since I have a little I don't have a captive audience, I have an audience. Captive would mean you're stuck with me. And you're not. You can keep scrolling. Do you buy them or cut down? I cut down because I have a lot of trees on my property. And more than I can ever keep up with. So I usually try to almost, I shouldn't say I never cut live trees down. I do, but not intentionally for firewood, like unless it's like the one I just cut, which was leaning near my house and was a risk of it falling on my house. So I decided it had to go. But mostly the trees I'm taking out of my forest are dead trees, or they've blown over. They might be live, but they blow over sometimes in big storms. And then I go and get them and bring them out of the forest, and I can use my tractor. See that over there? And pull them out because I have a way to pull the logs out. And if you go onto my channel, you'll see some videos where I pull the logs out of the forest with the tractor. Jack, he likes nearby, lying near the woodpile in the sun, waiting for his leader to say, "Hey, Jack, do you want to go for a walk?" That would appear to be a no, because he hasn't moved. We did that already today. And Riri Lee. Did I say that right? Riri Lee? My phone battery is getting low, by the way. I actually really like stacking the beech wood because it's heavy and you get these nice flat pieces that stack well. They're easy to put them on the pile in there. Okay, I have a question. I'm going to write it in here. I'm going to do a little Q&A if we have enough time. I think we do. Let's see how I would do that. It's telling me I have choose a game to stream with. What is that? What is this? Kids would like this. No, I don't know Geometry Dash. I have no idea what I'm doing right here. Do you? What do I have to do here? Okay, I did that. Now what? Do that. Level 2. I don't even know what we're doing here. Okay, we just played a game there. I don't even know what we were doing. Um, do you know Geometry Dash Light? No, I don't. Is that a game? I wanted to put, let's see. Tech, no, I don't want to do that. Q&A. We'll do a Q&A. Ask a question. Okay, here we go. Um, okay. Let's put that up there. Parker says hi. Hey, Parker. And there's the question of the day. Hi, Parker. Parker Smith. How are you? I'm stacking firewood in my woodshed right now. And what I do here is I make a little ladder so I can get up into the woodshed. You want to see what I'm doing? I'm climbing up. What? Al, Jake Stone. Is that your answer to my question? Come on. uh okay, what do you think? I'll give you a little hint here. You live in a condo. So does firewood heat me before it goes into the wood stove? Yes. Titan Brew! One of my P1s he just jumps in and boom, he answers it. Darn right it heats me. It doesn't heat me once, it probably heats me about 10 times before it ever reaches the inside of the wood stove or fireplace. Um, and the number of times I touch a piece of wood that's in this woodshed, I can't even count anymore. Because, just for example, you saw me before you got on Titan. They saw me climbing in this wood pile and picking off and just tossing them over here so that I could reach them better and put them up there. So, heating your house or heating your wherever, your cabin, or it's 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 a labor of love. You have to like doing this. If you don't like doing it, um, it'll be nothing but a chore and maybe just something you give up on. And maybe one day I'll get to that. Who knows? You never know. It's possible. Like, if I'm disabled or whatever, I might have a hard time doing this and then I'll just revert to the heat pump. But for now, I get to come out, get a little bit of exercise, and learn to, because I'm an old man. Yeah, it was a joke. Totally. Uh, learn how to keep my footing climbing up on this wood pile in my woodshed, which keeps my brain active and thinking. Uh, I mean, it's not, this isn't like rocket science or anything, but you know, we old people, we have to keep doing this stuff. Um, that's why I play pickleball too, one of my favorite leisure activities. You see that? Look at, we got it. I love this. By the way, Titan Brew, um, Titan Brick Battler is just a kid online here. I have a couple of kids that are on here. Boomer and Titan, they must be on spring break or something and they're bored. And they found this old guy. I was actually spicing peanuts in the kitchen and now I'm out here doing this. So, uh, and Boomer, look at this. Dad has a tree company. Fantastic. It's no problem that you're on and off. Not a problem. Actually, I can't tell when people are on and off unless they tell me. So there you go. Titan and Brew. Those are good names, aren't they, Jack? Says, oh yeah, I love those names for a pet. Why didn't you name me Titan? Because we like Jack. Jack's down here. He's sleeping. You want to see him? I'm going to show. There he is. He's having his afternoon nap. Help. Lift it. Okay. You're the phone is sitting on, I'm actually going to run out of juice here very shortly because the phone is at 4% and it really pulls the signal pretty hard. So then the live stream will end and I'll probably end, excuse me, at 1% or so that it processes. I mean, I could go get a long extension cord and plug it in, but then I'll be tripping over that and I don't want to do that. So I'll plug it in, my friends, in my shop, and then I will work quietly alone for a little while until it recharges and then come back. You can probably pick up a log. This is a good log. Well, this happens to be a split piece of wood. It's not really a log anymore. That was quite large. He was a pit bull boxer mix. I'm learning about Titan brews. Cool. Yeah, you know, we actually don't know. Just to interject or at least let you know about Jack. He looks like a pit bull and he has the build of a pit bull, but you know, if you look at some of the pit bulls, um, the breeds here, they quite different in their physique. But anyway, yeah, we think Jack is mostly. He doesn't have the temperament of some of the pit bulls, which is one of the reasons we got him because we've had pit bulls before and they were good with people, but they weren't great with cats. And you know, we got a cat. So Jack is really good with the cat. Titan would allow Brew to sleep on his back. Oh, really? That's cool. That's funny. That would have been cute. My pile's getting higher and higher. I have to say, amazingly, so this tree we cut down, the beech tree, has already started to majorly dry. It was pretty wet. Like when you put an axe in it, it like squeezed out water. And I have to say, Titan was a flying stick, yes. And Brandon. Okay, buddy. Brick Battler. I like that. That's a good handle, by the way. Brick Battler. Okay, that's okay. He's probably looking up what a mason is, because I think Brick Battler was a kid too. I think. I gotta keep up. Oh. Titan, were you a brick battler or were you Titan, were you a brick battler? Titan brick battler. Were you one that said you were 29? Did I get that right, or 27? You battled bricks like a mason would do. Like a glove. Guys, I'm gonna close the live stream in the middle because I got only 2% on the telly battery. And I am delighted that you came by to say hi and check out my channel and check out what I'm about a little bit at least. And so I'm gonna, yeah, because the phone is gonna go kaput, and then sometimes it doesn't process properly the video. Then because I like to come back and make short videos, remix them later out of a live stream. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. Peace out. Thanks for joining. Thanks for getting into the chat and having a good convo, guys. It was pretty fun. See you later. We're 1% now. Here we go.